Hello and welcome back to my Fighters of Westeros series, where I list through who I think the current best fighters of the realm are, who are still alive at the end of the 4th television series. Many of these guys will not make an appearance, and some of which have even been cut from the television series, but they still exist. So, we'll start off with Adam Marbrand of the Westerlands in the top left there. He is an excellent horseman and sword fighter. He's also known as an able soldier and is described as the sort of man others would willingly follow into battle. Adam distinguishes himself defending the city of King's Landing at the Battle of the Blackwater and is recognised by King Joffrey Baratheon for his services himself. Second at the bottom there we've got Lyle Crakehall. So Lyle Crakehall, better known as the Strong Boar, is a knight of House Crakehall, in case you didn't guess. Lyle is a big, strong, with a booming voice man. Sir Jaime Lannister himself regards him as one of the strongest living men in Westeros, and mentions him as a contender to who could match him in a fight. So, you see this man here, even Jaime Lannister himself reckons he's a big man, so you know that's a good one. He was captured during the Battle of the Ford whilst fighting for Tywin Lannister, but he is, however, still alive. Next up, you've got Sir Harwin Plum, called the Hardstone. I could not find an image for this man, so I've put up the house sigil of House Plum. He's a hard-eyed, unforgiving and deadly man. He uses a warhammer in battle and is described by Sir Jaime Lannister again as a good man to command a garrison, but not someone to love. So he's quite a fierce man you don't want to meet, isn't he? Next up we have the Reach. The guy in the top right-hand corner is Randyll Tarly, father of Samwell. Lord Randyll is the Lord of Hornhill and is the head of House Tarly. He wields the Tarly ancestral Valyrian steel greatsword, Heartsbane. He is possibly the greatest battle commander alive in Westeros, as he delivered the only defeat to Robert during his rebellion. But he's not just a good commander, he is known to be a very good swordsman. So that's why he's included. Up on the top left is a man who was cut from the show. That is Garland Tyrell, Loras's older brother. Sir Garland, better known as Garland the Gallant, is the second son of Lord Mace Tyrell. He is an exceptionally skilled swordsman, preferred to train against 3 or 4 swordsmen as to do better prepare himself for an actual battle, but his lack of interest in glory makes him less famous than Loras, his younger brother. During the Battle of Blackwater, he leads the Tyrell Lannister forces vanguard and slays his opposite number, Sir Gaiard Morrigan, in single combat. So, he's known to be one of the best men, and even Loras himself describes him as a better fighter than him, so he is a very good man. But then we have Loras, to the bottom right, known as Knight of the Flowers. He is a highly skilled knight and jouster. His tournament successes, dazzling good looks and formidable swordsmanship have made him a celebrated figure among the courts of the Seven Kingdoms. So not just a top fighter, this man is a celebrity. He does participate in the Hands Tourney, wearing armour made up with jewels and flowers and capes with roses. Amongst his victories are Sir Robar Royce and 3 members of the Kingsguard. So he is a very good man. Next up we have the Crownlands. I did struggle to find a few guys for here, but I have picked some. First up in the top right is Bronn of Stokeworth. If you remember, he married into Lolly's Stokeworth, as they mentioned towards the end before Tyrion's trial. He's a lone-born sellsword of great skill and cunning, which is why he's there. He supposedly had a rough childhood and killed his first man at the age of 12, so he is a very hard man. He's not the type of man you want to be coming up against. And as you saw during his trial, he did volunteer and he did defeat Sir Vardis Egan, who isn't the biggest name, but he still defeated someone. To the bottom right is a man who does do things during the show's timeline, but has not been featured. He is Godfrey Faring, the Giant Slayer. So Godfrey Faring is a knight from House Faring in the Crownlands who chose to side with Stannis because they follow the R'hllor religion, I believe. So Godfrey earns the nickname Giant Slayer during the Battle of Castle Black, where he did not feature, during which he chases after a fleeing giant, putting a lance in its back and then hacks off his head. So this man killed a giant, chopped off its head. That's why he's included. Next to the bottom left, even though he's no longer in the Crownlands, he is from there, he's currently serving up the wall, I've chosen Alistair Thorne. Alistair is a capable knight and the master at arms of Night's Watch at Castle Black. Prior to joining the Night's Watch, Alistair was a knight of House Thorne in the Crownlands, and fought on the side of House Targaryen during Robert's rebellion. a defender of King's Landing. After its sack, he was given a choice by Lord Tywin Lannister, but between death and taking the black, and we know which one he chose. Next up is the Stormlands. This was the hardest one to choose from because there's so many capable warriors. But of course, towards the left, bottom left, we have Balon Swan. He's a renowned tawny knight and melee fighter who is known to be good with a lance, a morning star, which is a type of mace, and very good with a bow, where he came second in the tawny's hand to that Angar guy, I believe his name is, with a bow. He is big across the chest and has arms thick with muscle, described as a young, brave and skilled fighter who many consider to be good and a valiant knight. To the top left, this man had to be in it. Even though he's in Essos, he is still of Westeros. That is Barristan Selmy. Called Barristan the Bold, he is a celebrated hero and knight considered by many to be the greatest knight in the realm. At the age of just 10, Barristan donned the armour of a mystery knight and entered a tournament at Blackhaven. So even at a young age, he was taking part in tournaments. So he's always been fight-minded and he had the skill to back it up. He remained a formidable fighter even in his advanced years, winning a tournament, the championship of a tourney at King's Landing at the age of 57, and unhorsing Sandor Clegane in a tilt in the tourney for Prince Joffrey's 12th name day, which was just a year before the beginning of the show. So even at his old age, he's still knocking people about. He's one of the best fighters to ever be in the realm. And to the bottom right, I picked Brienne of Tarth. She's very tall, muscular woman. She proves her mettle with a morning star in a great melee of 160 knights at Bitterbridge, defeating Loras Tyrell in the final. She also currently holds the Valyrian steel longsword Oathkeeper. Next up is Dorne. I couldn't find many fighters here at all, but I've managed to pick out two. To the top left is Obara Sand. She is the bastard daughter of Oberyn Martell, the eldest one out of his 7 sand snakes. She is a prickly, hot-tempered woman who is given to martial pursuits, and she considers herself a warrior, wielding a spear, a whip, and a round shield of steel and copper. She is hard, quick, hot-tempered, and strong. And last but not least, the man himself, who should be making an appearance in the next series, I believe. This is Areo Hotah. Areo Hotah is the captain of Doran Martell's guards. He is originally from the free city of Norvos, where he was trained by the bearded priest of Norvos. He bears a long axe and that has a shaft 6 feet long, and which he even married his axe. Now I know he is not of Westeros, but he is currently in Westeros. He fights for Westeros most of his life, and there wasn't really any other people to pick from Dorne, so that's why I've included him. So feel free to disagree. I'd like to know what you think, but this is my selection so far. The next video I'll be listing 10 from 10th to 1st on who I believe is the actual best, which may be debatable. So I'll see you in the next video. Have fun and goodbye.